Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this beautiful Thursday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, sports, and so much more. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight, Windhoek High Court Judge Thomas Masuku this morning set aside the Electoral Commission of Namibia's decision to deregister the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters in June. This means the party remains a validly registered outfit in Namibia and can participate in the November election. Speaking to Namibian Sun, party president Epaphras Mukwilongo slammed ECN for the deregistration, which he said derailed the party's campaigns for the upcoming election. Because of the deregistration, Mukwilongo and his deputy Kalimbo Ipumbo were chucked out of parliament. ECN also deregistered the Christian Democratic Voice, which led to its leader Gotthard Kandume being ousted from parliament. CDV did not challenge its deregistration in court. Getting to our next story, the European Union announced a €25 million contribution to leverage infrastructure investment in support of Namibia's GH2 agenda. The announcement was made at the Global African Hydrogen Summit taking place in Windhoek. Let's take a look.
Of running teaches us, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. I suppose cycling teaches us the same as the tightest. Do you want to sign simultaneously? If it's important, by all means. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister, Honourable Commissioner, if you could just take a step to the front. Yes. The only challenge is the room is not witnessing what's unfolding at the moment. I'm worried that we will be held liable saying that that didn't happen. Yeah. Honourable Minister, Honourable Commissioner.
Namibian Police Inspector General Joseph Shikongo has ordered traffic officers to stop concealing their vehicles behind trees, shrubs, or ditches during operations. This directive follows numerous reports from road users about near accidents involving officers who dash into the road to stop vehicles. In a letter dated the 2nd of September, seen by Namibian Sun and addressed to all regional commanders, Shikongo emphasized the need for a transparent approach to road safety. This practice will help foster a culture of openness and discourage non-compliance among road users. We must focus on increasing visible patrols on national roads, Shikongo said. He noted that road users have repeatedly reported close calls when officers suddenly rush into the road to stop speeding vehicles, especially when officers are hidden. Shikongo, who continuously raised these concerns during the regional visits, stressing the importance of visible law enforcement, added that officers should issue warnings or courtesy notifications for minor infractions instead of focusing solely on penalties to encourage behavioral change among drivers. Shikongo further urged officers to use discretion when dealing with minor infractions, encouraging warnings over fines where appropriate. This approach, he believes, will improve relations between law enforcement and the public by prioritizing education and compliance over punishment. You can obviously read more on this story in the Namibian Sun tomorrow. The Electoral Commission of Namibia chairperson Elsie Nghikembwa sent out a stern warning that the commission will not tolerate carelessness by any electoral staff in the undertaking of their duties and any conduct that comprises the commission's commitment to upholding the integrity of the electoral process. These remarks were made during the official opening program of training for regional electoral officers and returning officers in Swakopmund on the 5th of September 2024. Now, according to Nghikembwa, Section 65 of the Electoral Act provides for the Commission to make any appointments and may at any time withdraw such appointments in the event of a negligence of duties. The penalties are outlined in Section 176 of the Act, and you will be fully orientated about these penalties as part of this training, she warned. She further alluded that the purpose of the officials goes beyond merely facilitating the electoral process. It is about empowering every Namibian to exercise their democratic rights. Each vote cast is a voice heard, and we must ensure that the voice is echoed in the halls of governance. The Commission is fully aware of the possible complexities and challenges that may arise during the electoral process, but remain confident in the capabilities and dedication of the team. Guy Kembwa mentioned that integrity and transparency of the electoral process rely heavily on diligence and professionalism, and continued to commend officials for embodying these values during what Guy Kembwa referred to as an intensive and demanding period in the last electoral process. You can read more on this story in the Namibian Sun tomorrow. That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, we take a look at Story of the Day.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Getting into our story of the day, the former First Lady of Namibia, Monica Gingos, says that the south of Namibia should be the primary beneficiary when the country and investors as winners of the green hydrogen boom. Janice Hoofmuth and Otis Daniels were there and gave this report.
I grew up in the South, and in many ways I feel like a Southerner. The South has very particular issues, which I think also need to be resolved from this. And that mustn't get lost in this conversation, within the context that the whole country has issues as well. So somebody from the Kunene, somebody from the Zambezi region, from Oshana, somebody from Otodojuba, should also be able to benefit from the kind of explosion of opportunities that we see. So to me, it is a project in the South, and the South should be the primary beneficiaries, but I think the country should win. The people who come in to invest in the country should win, and I think we're ready. So I'm excited.
The Urban and Rural Development Minister Erastus Utonis said he is running out of patience. On the other side of the break, we expand why that is.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Getting into our community talk, Urban and Rural Development Minister Erastus Utonis said he is running out of patience over local authority councillors failing to perform their duties. Tuimo Haidula gave this report.
I again invited some local authorities to induct them, to train them, because what I've observed is chaos that is going on in their municipal councils. Just of recent, last month, the 19th to 2022, I invited some local authorities. But when I provided this workshop, after a workshop, it means that workshop, it was not making any sense to them. The same councillors whom I have just provided with an induction workshop, they went back to their community and joined the community, and they started running in the streets, demonstrating, going to the office of the town council. Just imagine a councillor holding a higher portfolio in the council is there toying in the street, hoi, 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 going to the council office, really. Now you ask yourself, to whom are you going to complain, yet you are the councillor? And I've just provided them with training in terms of good governance, administrative management, and many, many other things in terms of local authority acts. But these councillors are now, they are found, I think you have seen them on your social media, toying.
The Capricorn Foundation Executive Officer explains the activities of the banking group's corporate social investment. After the break, we take a look at this.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Getting into our economic news, Capricorn Foundation Executive Officer Marlies Horn explains the activities the banking group's corporate social investment vehicle has been involved in for 2024 thus far. The Capricorn Foundation carries out a charitable work on behalf of Bank Windhoek and Trapo and Capricorn Asset Management. Let's take a look.
Our group CSR vision is to be an inspiring connector of positive change in our communities by creating economic value in a very responsible way that will unlock sustainable opportunities for advancing and improving socio-economic conditions in the countries in which we operate. Our communities benefit from the group's financial success, which enables us to create and preserve value for our stakeholders. Therefore, our approach to being a responsible corporate citizen is built into the DNA of all our businesses in the group. This past year, we focused on building new partnerships, strengthening our relationships through meaningful engagements. We continue to support impactful projects and programs that align with our 5 key focus areas of education, economic advancement, health, vulnerability programs, as well as sustainability.
Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.28, against the euro at 19.65, against the US dollar at 17.71. 2 Namibian dollars and 50 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, all major commodities went up, with Brent crude oil trading at 0.95%, going for $74 and 1 cent per barrel. In international news, the Deputy Prime Minister of Tanzania, Dr. Biteko, says the country has made significant strides on the green hydrogen front. We get into this on the other side of the break.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
The Deputy Prime Minister of Tanzania, Dr. Bitako, says that Namibia has made significant strides on the green hydrogen front, and the discovery of natural gas will boost the protection of green hydrogen by his country. He made these remarks in his speech at the Global African Green Hydrogen Summit. Janice Hoofmuth and Otis Daniels gave this report.
On the side of hydrogen economy, Tanzania is really pursuing the hydrogen production goal. Tanzania Energy Utility undertook a study that was conducted to explore the potential of harnessing hydrogen from renewable energy sources for power generation to replace some thermal power plants. The findings of this study indicate a promising opportunity for utilizing this innovative technology and further exploration and investment in this technology. Several non-governmental organizations in the country has already started discussing and studies the importance of hydrogen in energy industry with different stakeholders from abroad. This is a good initiative, and as a country, we have already looked at it, the possibility of maximizing our understanding on this area, and thereby using this starting point to welcome potential stakeholders and investors that will enhance our knowledge on this matter. Furthermore, the vast discovery of natural gas at 57.54 TCF may be a crucial opportunity of producing blue hydrogen in Tanzania. But also, we have a huge potential of generating electricity from wind, solar, geothermal, which may enhance green hydrogen production potential in the country.
Welcome to Sport Wrap for Sunset News.
Let's take a look at the weather predictions before we return with the world of sports. The capital city can expect a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius, while Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions. Henties Bay can expect a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 15 degrees Celsius. Keetmanshoop can expect a minimum of 10 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. And Rehoboth can expect a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius, all with sunny weather conditions. We now get into the world of sports.
Welcome to Sport Wrap for Sunset News. These are our stories. We start off in football, where the Namibia Premier Football League season is not likely to start on the 21st of September as communicated to clubs earlier on. This after alleged loopholes have been cited by various football clubs, including the lack of a sponsor. Now, Sport Wrap understands that clubs have already vowed to drag their feet on kicking a ball until their demands are met. The other pressing issue that will potentially delay the start of the league is that it is alleged that the Football Association has failed to sign any agreement with a sponsor to start the league on time. It has also surfaced that internal communications within the association are now planning to start the league at the end of October. Now, this is contrary to the football season, which has already begun in various countries, while many feel Namibian football will once again go through the same dry period they did when football came to a standstill about 3 years ago. Now, Deberi Namibia sponsored the league for the last 2 seasons after the diamond mining company had struck a deal with the FIFA Normalization Committee that was responsible for administering football following the collapse of the previous NFA administration. Now, their sponsorship conditions were, however, on a 1-year term with an option to extend, which enabled the 2023-24 season to be played as well. It is, however, alleged that the NFA officials have been in talks with the company in order to lure them into another deal, while allegedly also seeking a sponsorship from Namibia Breweries Limited. However, as things stand, it is alleged that none of the sponsorship negotiations are ready to yield the desired outcome yet, which was to start the football season. Now, frustration building. All this is believed to have brewed frustration around the football circles. Now, the 45th FIDE World Chess Olympiad is said to be the largest since its inception in 1927, with 10 of Namibia's finest players gearing up to represent the nation on the global stage in Budapest, Hungary. After a rigorous trials process since last year, culminating in the final selection at the National Championship in March, Namibia's 2 teams to compete in the open and women's sections are now set to test their strategic prowess against the world's elite from 10 to 23 September. Set to depart for Budapest on Monday, their dreams of being etched in the annals of chess history are beckoning, as finishing in the top 100 will determine the country's eligibility for the World Cup next year. Participants in this year's Olympiad promise a historic gathering of the world's top chess minds, with 187 teams from across the globe signed up to participate. The Namibian team in the open section comprises the country's 2-time champion, 24-year-old national master Heskio Ndahangwapo, candidate master Charles Ehab, Goodwill Kowa, Bernard Schwartz, NM Max Nitzborn, alongside team captain and head of the delegation Lloyd Dean. Now, the women's team, captained by FIDE master Leonard Muller, comprises woman candidate master Jamie Nicole Bierkes, WCM Jolly Joyce Napando, the women FIDE master Rawa Shipindo, Kamutwa Shatindi, and WCM Keisha van Veek. The head of delegation Lloyd Dean highlighted that this event marks Namibia's 14th overall participation. The Rock and Rut Mountain Bike Club's race this weekend north of the capital promises once again to be a top-notch endeavor. A talented mountain bike rider from the Western Cape, South Africa, will be joining the Namibians this weekend at the Midgard Country Estate for the first National Bank Oshihavera MTB experience. Now, Sion Liebenberg, 11 years, from Namibia, will team up with his buddy Connor Roebuck, 12, from Team M-Race Rascals in the PAL. Now, the duo will square up as a team against local talent for the 19th edition of the race. The sole purpose of the academy is to find and develop talented riders for the future. Now, Nabil Robiati from the Rock and Rut Mountain Bike Club Committee elaborates, Oshihavera has been on the calendar for 19 years now. This is our 19th edition, so we are going for the big one next year. The race is one heck of an experience. It is the only multi-stage mountain bike race in Namibia. Those have been our stories. Good night.
In another sports update, Lahia Ishitile produced a new Africa 100-meter T11 record with 24.82 seconds at the 2024 Paris Paralympic Games in France. Lahia ended second in her heat with the second fastest time of the 2 heats to qualify for the 200-meter T11 final on Saturday at 7:23 p.m. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in and watching Sunset News on this beautiful Thursday evening. Do make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, 1up2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every Monday to Thursday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Glenora Shipura, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.